All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Bruce Hill. I'm with Elite Virtual Office, and I am here with Rammy Ondoy, one of our operations managers at Elite Virtual Office. And Rammy has graciously made herself available for some role play and available for some ISA work. So right now, I think Rammy's available for around 80 hours a month. So that would be kind of half time for anyone that's looking for a top level inside sales agent. I'm going to pull Rammy over into the screen now as I play around and kind of learn some of the software for the very first time that we're using. Rammy, I'd like you to introduce yourself to everyone. How long have you been with Elite Virtual Office?
Yeah, I've been with Elite Virtual Office for over a year now. I started as a appointment setter for a probate campaign, and I've enjoyed doing it up to
Yep.
now.
Awesome. Awesome. And of course, Rammy has been heavily involved in client relationship, sales, ISA training, different things like that. So you guys are going to get to see a little bit of what we teach from someone who actually helps teach this a little bit. Today, we're going to be talking about prospecting inheritance leads, or really, prospecting probate leads. It's not exclusively probate, but it could be pre-probate. It could be estates. Most of the folks that are going to be doing this type of campaign are normally getting probate leads. So you're going to see a little bit of what Rammy has been training. And Rammy, I'm giving you an excuse in case you're rusty because you haven't made a lot of calls. You've been on the training side of this for a little bit and filled in a little bit. But if there are some adjustments, I'm just going to coach you up just like I would one of our new ISAs. So as you go, we're going to do a little bit of a role play. As you role play with me, I will. I'll just coach you up. I'll let you know what adjustments I see that could be made, and we'll go from there. I'm going to get rid of this. If you have the scripting up or want to run through it from memory, that's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and
Mhm.
start from the beginning of a probate call.
Yeah. Before we start, Bruce, I actually have two scripts that I'm using that I use. Sometimes I just switch if the other script doesn't work, then I use the other one. So we can start with the first one and then try the second script after.
Okay, sounds good. All right. And I'm not going to be too hard on you, but I'm not going to make it too easy on you either.
Okay.
All right, start with a ring ring.
Ring ring.
Hello?
Hello, is this Bruce?
Yeah.
Hey, Bruce, this is Rammy. I'm calling from John Doe's office, and I'm just calling really quickly because I received the probate records from the courthouse and noticed that you were the personal representative for the estate of John Smith. Is that correct, sir?
Um, yeah. And who's this again?
This is Rammy. I'm calling from Bruce Hill's office. He's a probate specialist in the area, and as well as a realtor that helps families going through this process. So I was just checking in if you know how things are going with you. Do you have a quick moment for me to tell you why I'm calling?
Yeah. I'm kind of busy, but I got a second.
Yeah, let me just make it short. As I've mentioned, my partner and I, Bruce, are helping families that are going through this process. And a little more specifically, we work with anyone that needs or plans to sell any real estate. And we basically help with everything from the property sale down to property clean out, maintenance, and even an estate sale. So, Bruce, if I may ask, where are you in the probate process? Is this something that you're already taking care of, or you just started?
Uh, Literally just started. I'm not sure that I need any help at this point.
I totally understand, and I'm sure that there's a lawyer that's helping you out through this entire probate process. And if I may ask, let's
Pause.
just say,
Pause. Freeze. Okay. All right. What you just did is what we call an empathic statement. It's an assumption that you've made about someone that is designed to gather information. If you're right, if you're correct on your assumption, then you get them to agree with you. If you're incorrect on the assumption, then you get them to provide some information and
Mhm.
correct you. Okay, so you made an empathic statement, but you didn't give me a chance to chime in. So I'm sure you have a
Oh
great
yeah.
attorney that's helping you out with that process, and then you went and went
Yeah.
right
Right.
into the rest. So
I
I'm sure
should
you
have
have a great
waited.
attorney helping you out with the process. I could have said no. I don't have an attorney. Okay,
Yes.
that's a
Yeah.
really great opportunity to gather some information there. Or yeah, we've got a good attorney. You don't
Can
want to leave it
we?
too long
Mhm.
because I might say, yeah, you're right. I do have a good attorney. Don't need anything by. Okay, so but you want to leave it long enough to get a little tiny bit of feedback on that.
Right. Can we
Yeah, yeah, for sure. We can
go
start
over?
over. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, Bruce.
Yeah, this is Bruce.
Hey, Bruce. This is Rammy, and I'm calling from John Doe's office. He's a probate expert in the area, and I'm just calling because I received the probate records from the courthouse, and I noticed that you are the personal representative for the estate of John Smith. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, that was my dad.
Hmm. Well, first of all, I'm so sorry for your loss, and do you have a quick moment for me to tell you what I was calling?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I work from John Doe's office, a probate expert, and we basically help families that have real estate that is being left to to the family, and a little more specifically, we help with anything or everything from the property sale to property clean out to maintenance and even an estate sale. So, Bruce, I want to ask if where are you in the probate process? Is this something that you're already taking care of, or you're just started?
I just started like within the last couple of weeks, so yeah, not haven't gotten too far into it.
Yeah, it sounds like you're taking care of, and you have a good attorneys handling everything, right?
No, I'm probably just doing it by myself.
Oh, I see. So, you're doing it by yourself, and are you still looking for an attorney to help you out in the process, or you stick on doing it yourself?
Oh, are you guys attorneys?
Well, actually, as part of John Doe's services, he offers help, any help in regard to the probate process. So, providing you a good attorneys, concierge services that we can offer you, we can have that. We can offer that and help. I'm sorry,
You're good.
I
Pause.
got
Okay.
lost.
Okay. All right. It's throwing me off when you say John Doe because John Doe is typically someone that's passed away that's unidentified. So when we say John Doe and you're talking about the probate specialist, the agent
Hmm.
or the investor, that throws me off a little bit. So John
Okay,
Doe,
let's change that.
leave John Doe for the for when you talk about the decedent. Another thing that I would steer clear of is using the expression probate expert.
Hmm.
I would say something like probate specialist instead of expert,
Specialist.
which I think you used in the first call.
Yeah.
I would just sort of steer clear of expert. All right. Now, there is one more thing that you just did that is good, but it doesn't relate. It doesn't really apply to the situation. So your question at the end of kind of presenting what services we offer was heavily about whether I was just getting started with probate or whether I'd kind of taken care of things so far. And I indicated that I just started recently. So your the way that you validated and framed that is I'm assuming that, or I'm sure that you have a really good attorney taking care of everything. Great, great statement um, or question, depending on how you phrase it. Really good, but I'm not sure that it really relates to your original question. Are you just getting started, or have you gotten a lot of this taken care of? It doesn't really relate. you're bringing an attorney up when we really hadn't talked about an attorney yet. So I would, instead of saying it sounds like you have a really good attorney, or I'm sure you have a really good attorney handling everything, I would say sounds like you're just getting some of that process set up and started now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. And then instead of I'm sure you have a good attorney, say, hey, we're not attorneys, but do you have a good attorney that you're working with yet? So now you're steering them toward the attorney portion of the conversation with a question instead of an assumption. Okay, and for everyone that wants to know what Rammy or any of our ISAs are going to be referencing, I'm going to pull this into the screen. So this is our probate index. We try to operate off of indexes anytime that we're doing probate calls, circle prospecting, expired for sale by owner, or whatever the lead source is. We try to operate off of an index. And you guys are going to see here that I've got about 5 different conversation openings. Each one of these is linked to a different portion of the script, so that they would just, if they want to pick the Scotch opening, they would just pick that. Then we have a short version of your presentation, a long version, and then a real estate exclusive version of the service that you offer. So I just wanted everyone to sort of see what Rammy was operating off of, and really any of our ISAs operate off of when they make their calls, and preferably, especially for those that have been with us for a little while and been actively making calls, they're really not using this for very long. They would move to kind of memorizing their favorite pieces of the scripts and operating more off of talking points and an outline instead of scripts. Okay. All right. So Rammy, for you, next time through it, just don't go from, hey, I just got started, to I'm sure you have a great attorney. That is a great statement. It just doesn't fit. I would rather ask the question. So yeah, we just got started. It sounds like you're just setting up the pieces of that process. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Have you picked your attorney yet? Okay. Have you figured out who's going to do the estate sale yet? You could fall into questions at that point.
I just remember that during the trainings, if the lead, I forgot this, but I just remembered that if the lead would say, I'm just getting started, I would say, oh, does that mean that you're working with an attorney already?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yep. That's also a good question. I mean, there's just a ton of different ways to ask that question. So I like that. Generally, with whatever their response to your opening question is. So your opening question in your case was, are you just getting started? Or, I can't remember exactly what you said. You just getting started, or do you have everything under control? Something like that. I don't remember. Whatever their response is, we want to validate it first. Validate, reframe. So it sounds like blank. Sounds like you're just kind of getting that process set up now. And then move to your next question or statement. Okay. So instead of, hey, yeah, we just got started. Okay. Does that mean that instead of going straight there, you want to validate whatever answer they've given first? It's just an active listening technique where you repeat back, not word for word, but you repeat back sort of what they've said a little bit. And I like to lead into that within it sounds like. So it sounds like, or should I take it that, or it sounds like, or I'm assuming that you're just kind of getting the process started at this point. And then to the real estate question. So, or not the real estate question, then to the attorney question. If you open with attorney questions and they say, yeah, or no, I don't have an attorney yet. Oh, okay. Were you guys planning on getting an attorney, or are you doing this kind of with your family alone? Okay. If they give you an answer, okay. Have you guys picked your estate sale company? You could fall into just asking questions, and these don't fit with the script. But if you get someone giving you feedback to questions, you could stay in that question loop where you just pull different questions out and give them ideas of some of the things that they have ahead of them that maybe they haven't thought about before. All right. Rammy, I'm going to go ahead and pause this recording. I think we've got something good here. I do want to do some more role play, a little bit more training with you, but I think what we've gotten so far is good. Gives people a really good understanding of the type of training that we do, and sort of who we look to work with. And Rammy is a great example of the ISAs that we're looking to work with. Rammy, your accent's phenomenal, very, very minimal. Kind of communication ability is where we want it to be. Obviously, there's some things that we can work on and make adjustments on, but that type of approach is going to get a good positive response when you're making prospecting calls. So I'm going to stop the recording, and I'll see you back here in the next one.